Boys and girls, all my travelholics out there, welcome back to Otherobert. And remember, I am Joe. I put the other in Otherobert. I'm here to review the South Park season premiere of season 19. That's right, we're at season 19 now. Crazy is that? Stunning and Brave. Now, before we get into this episode review, I just want to say that season 18, if you know, if you know anything about me, you know that South Park I hold very close to my heart. South Park is my version of Rob's Once Upon a Time, right? It's something that I hold very close to me, and it is my gimmick, right? South Park season 18 broke my heart. it really did. I didn't like it at all. However, we're on season 19 now, and hopefully we can never think about season 18 again. And let me just say that season 19, the season premiere, Stunning and Brave, was fantastic. And this one episode was better than the entire season 18 that we had last year. This was a great episode. This was South Park at its finest. Superb writing, plenty of laughs, creative and clever analogies, excuse me, when it comes to the topical humor, which is what a majority of this episode really was. It's what you've come to expect from South Park. But then it also has a lot of those classic South Park elements. And also, what this episode does so well is it introduces a character, PC Principal, that seems like he'd be a one-off. But at the end, it made it sound like this guy's going to be a big part of the show going forward, or at least just around for a while, which is great. This is season 19, and they're introducing a new character now that will, maybe be a big player going forward. And this is, I know I keep harping back on season 18, but really the only thing I enjoyed about season 18 was they gave Butter's dad a larger role. I believe his name was Steve, something like that, Steve, maybe. They gave him a larger role and really gave him kind of a Randy type character. And that was season 18, and they really gave this character that we've seen for such a long time meaning, and he became a bigger character, and we didn't get to see him this year, this episode. Hopefully we get to see more of him. However, they do it again with this character, which this character is completely new. It's not like he's been around for a while, but they've possibly created a big character going forward so late in the show, really, season 19, and they're introducing a new character like this who's hysterical. He didn't even need to talk, and I was laughing. That grin he had when he walked down the hallway, I was on the floor. It's really, really funny. Like I said, this episode had everything that you've come to expect from South Park and more. I mean, they did have some football references, which last year the season premiere was Go Fund Yourself, and I believe the year before that, either the premiere or one of the earlier episodes was Sarcastable. So it seems like they're going with football influences in their either the season premieres or early episodes in the season every year now. Just an observation. I wonder if they're going to be doing this going forward. They are renewed till season 23 for now, so we'll see if they keep going with that. But just observation right now. Excuse me. The main crux of the episode had to deal with Caitlyn Jenner and how not calling her a hero means you're a bigot, and that entire situation. That's what really South Park tackled this way in this episode, in this very classic South Park way, and it was hysterical and it was done very well. It was clever. It was creative. The connections that they kind of drew there. I really think this is an episode that will benefit from watching it more than once, which is great when they do that, and just plenty of of great lines with that. A lot of great connections, and we see the end with Kyle. He's got his cake and he's eating it too, and there's so much here, and really I really can't get into too much of it. Otherwise, this review would be as long as the episode. But really, the writing was superb, and the connections, like I said, that they drew, fantastic. The writing, the humor was dead on. I can't wait to watch this episode again just to laugh. I was laughing so much in this episode, just really with the visuals. Just the frat people, the frat guys, That whole thing was funny. Like I said, this episode feels so classic and really has everything that you come to expect from South Park and more. Of course, it had a Randy storyline, just slightly. It wasn't the major player here, but it was there just to give you a few laughs, and it was definitely very funny. Was it really one of the best Randy stories that you'll remember really at the forefront of Randy Marsh going forward? No, probably not, but it didn't need to be. It was just another funny Randy storyline that we get, and really he's become such a huge part of the show that we get so much with him now. He's really become... Kenny's fizzled out, so it's like we have the three boys and Randy, and they're not together. It's the three boys doing their thing and Randy doing his thing. And that's really what South Park has become so much about in terms of their shows, their episode structure. But really, that's all I want to say for this week. I don't want to get into too much more because, like I said, I don't want this to be as long as the episode itself. The episodes are around 23, 26 minutes. No, I don't want to be that long. But I just wanted to say that this was a great episode. Writing, humor, had everything that you could want, and possibly the introduction of a major character going forward. We'll see. Excuse me. The only thing I'm going to miss is Principal Victoria going forward. She had one of the most powerful scenes, I would say, ever on the show when she was talking, I believe, back in season 12 or 13. I believe it was 12. It was the breast cancer episode when she was speaking to Wendy about breast cancer and how you need to fight it. And they were, excuse me, and they were kind of subtly, not subtly, but they were really talking about Cartman, but disguising it as the cancer, and it spoke really about both. That was one of the most powerful scenes I think ever in the history of the show when it comes to pure dialogue. Very powerful. So when I think Principal Victoria, I think of that scene, and I will miss her going forward. I hope we haven't seen the last of Principal Victoria, but we'll see. And that's it. I'm done here. My little rant here is over. But if you enjoyed what you saw, if you enjoy South Park and you just want to talk about it, comment down below. I'll be here every week talking about South Park. So you can tune in. We can talk about South Park and subscribe because it takes around this much effort to do so. And remember, I'm Joe. I put the other in Otherobert. And until next time, you've been traumatized.